Another example of why I think ignorance of the law should be a valid defense for breaking it is, say you're up in Vermont where the cell phone signal is not that good, but like you have a Vermont state fishing license. You paid the fee to the government to be able to kill fish on your own damn land because, of course, they need to get their cut and tax you another way. But going over that flagrant violation of your human right and ability to provide food for yourself, say you're up there, the fish aren't biting, so you decide, you know what, I'm going to make a spear. I'm going to get a bunch of, let's just say, bike spokes, and I'm going to put them on the end of a stick, and I'm going to try to spear some of these fish in order to catch them. I mean, that sounds like a good plan. You have the fishing license to go for that, and you look at it and you're like, okay, well, I just need to make sure the fish are of their appropriate size. So you only throw the spear at the fish you know definitely are above the legal limit. Let's say you hit a fish and you're so happy, you're celebrating with your friends, and then an EPA officer, environmental police agent, comes up to you and hits you with a fine because guess what? You are spearfishing illegally and you should have known better. That's a bad boy. You should have known that you can't spearfish. And you're like, how? Because you should have looked up arbitrary laws about do you know actually how difficult it is to find the laws about spearing fish? At least in Massachusetts, it's not even on the main website. You have to go to a whole different website and then find another PDF and then go through that PDF to find out that you can only spearfish two, what is it? It's carp and white suckerfish. It took me 30 minutes of research in order to find that as someone who enjoys spearfishing and was looking specifically for that. But if you're just up there having a good time, you think you're legal, you have a permit for hunting fish, you have a fishing license. What's the big deal? Nope. You broke the law. Have fun getting fined up the butt and having to pay that. I mean, it all depends on what type of person that EPA officer is. Did they have a good breakfast that morning? Are they a power-hungry a-hole? Because I've come across some. And they're not fun to deal with. But it's really, really aggravates me that ignorance of the law is not an excuse for breaking it, especially for, not a defense for breaking it that you can use in court. Especially for crimes that you don't think would be illegal. There are certain crimes, rape, assault, that you can intuit would be bad without ever having to do any research at all. And then there's other things I think I should be able, first off, you should be able to fish without a permit or a license or anything. Is your God-given right to do that. God made animals for man to harvest and consume. The fact the government puts their nose in that is disgusting. But besides that, if you have a permit, you think you're in the right, and then you can just be hit with something like a fine or have to go to court because guess what? You were in fact spearfishing, even though you were trying to be legal. You were trying to make sure they're the right size. You were trying to go after the right species, and you did all that successfully. But you didn't know that you couldn't use a spear. Well, now you're fucked. Have fun paying the, I think, $400 fine.